Welcome back to the Team to Be Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. The Miami Heat played in their first NBA Cup action last night, and pretty interesting game last night. Frustrating game, but the Miami Heat were able to ultimately beat the shorthanded Hornets, even though the Miami Heat were obviously shorthanded as well. But they beat them 126 to 108 in the NBA Cup, which I think is a meaningless tournament. And so fun game. Again, frustrating game, but also a fun game. The Miami Heat have been scoring at a historic rate, and that continued last night. So we're going to get into that and break down the game. But before we do, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any more Miami Heat content. So the Miami Heat opened up the NBA Cup with its first matchup against the Hornets at home, and there was question marks coming into this game. The Miami Heat had lost 2 in a row. They went 1-3 on their West Coast trip, and there's question marks around health. Bam Adebayo got hurt the previous game, and obviously Tyler Hero has not played yet this season. So there's the health concerns, the rotation, the bench depth, players that aren't playing as well as they should be. And the Hornets came in trying to beat the Miami Heat after getting destroyed a few weeks ago, where the Miami Heat scored, I think, the third highest total in Miami Heat history. So first quarter in this game was absolutely wild. The Miami Heat scored 53 points in the first quarter, which was a franchise record. They had 8 different players hit a three-pointer in that quarter, and they looked amazing. Norm Powell got us off to a hot start. Andrew Wiggins played really well in that quarter and overall in that game. He's been great this year so far. Jaime Jaquez coming off the bench as our 6th man looked good in that quarter, but like literally everybody was contributing. Simone hit a 3, Drew Smith hit a 3, Norm, Kalel, like literally everybody. Pella. It was an amazing first quarter. The Miami Heat were dominating in the first quarter, and it looked like the Miami Heat were going to blow them out, but they did actually blow them out technically in the fourth quarter. But in the second quarter, I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, I wasn't obviously shocked with this Miami Heat team because you never know what you're going to get with this team. But after setting that franchise record in points, which I think is also crazy, no Bam Adebayo, who is our second leading scorer this season, Tyler Hero, who was our leading scorer last season, 2 20-point scorers out, and we were still able to score 53 points in a quarter shorthanded. I think it's awesome. I don't care if it was against the horrible Hornets who were shorthanded. It's still impressive in my opinion. But the Heat were up by 20, 53 to 33 going into that second quarter. They were up by 26 at one point. And the second quarter was a completely different story. And again, this team has been called Jekyll and Hyde in the past, and that stood true in this second quarter. The Miami Heat had 26 or 27 was the biggest lead in the beginning of the second quarter. But the Hornets eventually went on this 18-0 run. They were killing the Miami Heat on the glass, hitting three-pointers, getting second chance opportunities. The Heat were outscored 36 to 19 in that second quarter. But the Miami Heat finally woke up, and third quarter played a little bit better, outscored the Hornets 22 to 19. But the fourth quarter, they outscored them by 12, 32 to 20, ultimately winning by 18 points. So good game for the Miami Heat, up and down roller coaster game. But nonetheless, it was fun. Let's talk about Jaime Jaquez Jr. Jaime Jaquez Jr., he finished with 18 points on 8 for 15 shooting, grabbed 8 rebounds, dished out 9 assists in 33 minutes. So he was on triple-double watch. He was awesome off the bench, and he had this amazing highlight reel dunk in the fourth quarter where he faked a handoff, crossed over his defender who fell to the ground. Then he came down in the lane and dunked on 7-foot rookie center, forgot his name, not fully on him, but he contested it, and he emphatically slammed the ball, and it was beautiful because the Heat were only up by 7 or so at that point. So beautiful, amazing dunk. Great to see Jaime like have that burst and his athleticism back. You can tell that he was banged up last year. Something has to have been bothering him because he was not as explosive last year as he has been this year. So shout out to Jaime Jaquez. Want to give him his flowers for so far having an amazing season as the Miami Heat's sixth man after a horrible sophomore slump. He looks poised, confident, and if this dude can learn how to shoot a three-pointer, oh my God, the league is in trouble. It is over, man, with his motor, with his energy, with his mindset. That would be huge for him. He's only shooting 25% from three on the season, but his 2-point field goal percentage is up to like an ungodly 68, 69%, which was around 50% last season. So that's a massive leap. And what this tells us is Jaime is not just a bench spark type of guy. He's becoming a primary contributor. He's handling more usage, especially with Tyler out, making smarter decisions because his turnover rate is down from last year, scoring in the paint, doing what he normally does is back to the basket, playing in that mid post, using that amazing footwork, great touch around the basket, getting to the free throw line, hitting his free throws. His growth matters for the Miami Heat franchise because as the roster evolves, you need players like Jaime on friendly contracts for now. He's going to be moving off of his rookie scale contract soon. So the Miami Heat are going to have to make a decision there. And if he keeps playing like this, it's an easy decision. But Jaime is someone who can step up into a bigger role and deliver. He's showing that. And once we get our players back, like Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, he's just going to make our bench and rotation even deeper. But the big issue last night, which sucks, is the injury bug is biting our ass now. Right after that dunk, Jaime apparently suffered a left ankle sprain, like at the very end of the game when the game was basically over. That was according to Ira Winderman. They're going to be talking about that and checking on him today. I'm not sure if he's going to play tonight. If he does not play tonight, then we're going to be missing him. I'm assuming Bam Adebayo, there's no chance he's going to play, and Tyler Hero. Norm also tweaked his ankle in the first quarter or second quarter. Luckily, came back because I thought he might have been questionable for that game, but he was actually able to come back. So huge win for the Miami Heat. Any win is a huge win right now at this point. We're above 500. We need to win these winnable games. We need to win games at home after a tough road trip. We have a tough first 20 games or so in the regular season. Like if this Miami Heat team can be above 500 in the first 20 games, that's going to be a huge litmus test, in my opinion. So we're going to see, hopefully, that these guys can come back. Tyler Hero should be coming back sometime in November, hopefully within the next week or two. We desperately need him because we don't know how long Bam's going to be out for. But this offense has been amazing. The Miami Heat are still top 5 in points per game. Defensive rating, they're at top 5. Offensive rating, they were top 10. I think they're out of the top 10. Now they're in the top 15. But either way, good game for the Miami Heat. And some takeaways. They had the dominance early. Amazing first quarter, set a franchise record, as they should have been dominating the shorthanded Hornets. I don't care if we're shorthanded. If they're shorthanded and we're shorthanded, we should still beat them. So good first quarter. The depth stepped up in the third and fourth quarter, again, with the injury concerns to Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo. Players like Nico had a better game. Simone, he's been amazing off the bench and scoring double digits, it feels like, every single game. Pella Larson, great game as well. So having those guys off the bench, huge. Efficiency. Jaime, increased productivity has been paired with efficiency inside the arc. That's huge. The Miami Heat's culture of toughness, bouncing back after losses, huge for the Miami Heat. So if we look at the box score real quick before I hop off and close out, Andrew Wiggins played well last night. Let's see. Sorry, my phone is loading right now. I'm using my phone to look at the stats. And of course, my phone is not working right now. Let's take a look. Okay, here it is. Okay, Andrew Wiggins. He's been solid this season so far and playing like it's a contract year, which is great. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 9 for 16 from the field, 4 for 6 from 3, 1 block, 1 steal. He was a plus 21, which was the most on the Miami Heat's team. He's been great. Davion, he was a minus 3, but still 9 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 for 7 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, 3 steals, 1 turnover. He's been solid, obviously, with Tyler out. Kel'el Ware, not the best game, especially with Bam Adebayo out. 7.6 rebounds. He needs to learn how to rebound better. 1 for 5 from 3, 3 for 13 from the field. He did have 3 blocks, though, 1 steal, no turnovers. He was a -3. Norman Powell continues to be our best scorer with Tyler out. He scored 25 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Efficient, 10 for 20, 2 for 5 from the field, 3 for 3 from the line. He was a +6. He was great. Pelle Larsson, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 8 for 11 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3, 1 steal, 0 turnovers. Pelle was awesome last night. We already talked about Jaime almost getting the triple-double. Jokic, again, didn't have a big game, but had a good game. This is what I want to see from Nico. 19 minutes, he had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 for 6 from the field, didn't shoot a 3. Only 1 turnover, 2 for 2 from the line, 1 block, 3 steals. Huge for Nico. Scored all of his points in the paint, was playing strong, was moving off ball, cutting to the paint, getting easy buckets. So I still want to see him up his averages, be more efficient, but this was a good game for for Nico. If you can get us like 12 points off the bench per game, a few assists, few rebounds, play some good defense, that's all we can ask for. It's a young season. He's a young kid. So I'm not writing him off. Fontecchio, 11 points in 19 minutes, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 for 6 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. Drew Smith had 5 points, 3 assists, 2 for 5, 1 for 2 from 3. So big game for the Miami Heat. Tonight they're going to be playing against the Portland Trailblazers. Not sure if Jaime's playing, not sure if Bam's playing, assuming probably both are going to be out just to be safe. But either way, I'll be back hopefully tonight with a live post game after the game tonight. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.